Okay, let's unpack this. We've all been there, right? Staring at a new piece of software, maybe feeling that initial wave of where do I even begin?
Mm-hmm. It's tempting to just sort of click around randomly.
Exactly. Just flail about until something happens. But what if we told you that sometimes the most, well, foundational parts, the bits that seem mundane like the navigation, actually hold the key to unlocking its real power?
It's a common hurdle, that initial feeling. But yeah, what's often missed is how much thought goes into designing those starting points.
Hmm.
They aren't just, pathways. They're more like the software's blueprint for how you should work with it.
Precisely. And today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that. The navigation system of EnergyPLAN. It's a powerful energy modeling tool.
Hmm.
We've got sources directly from its navigation documentation, and our mission really is to pull out those essential nuggets, the things that will help you quickly get oriented, understand the structure.
And find the features that really help manage your data and results effectively.
Yeah. Think of this deep dive as your personal shortcut.
It's about understanding the design thinking behind it, how Energy Plan is laid out quite intelligently, I think, and ultimately how getting a handle on this foundational navigation can really empower your work, save you time, save you frustration.
Definitely. So let's start right at the main entry point, the command center, if you like,
Right,
the main menu.
right.
You'll find this by clicking the AAU logo. That's Aalborg University. The
Yeah.
developers, it's in the top right corner of the window.
And it's not just branding. It's designed deliberately as the single gateway for all the core stuff.
Yeah, like creating a new file, opening an existing one, saving.
Exiting, running the model, accessing settings, all those fundamental project management things, all consolidated right there. It really is the cornerstone for your workflow.
And from that main menu, things branch out into the three main ribbons that sort of structure everything: Home, Add-on Tools, and Help.
That structure gives you a clear framework right away. Home, add-on tools, help. It's logical.
It feels like a natural progression for how you'd work, doesn't it?
It does. It guides you from your sort of daily tasks on the home ribbon,
Mm-hmm.
then to maybe more advanced custom stuff with add-ons, and finally to support with help. Creates a pretty streamlined path.
Okay, let's dig into that home ribbon first then, because that's really your day-to-day toolkit. And right off the bat, there's a really clever design choice with the New button that I find quite interesting.
Oh, yeah?
When you click New, EnergyPLAN opens a file called initialize.txt. But, and here's the clever bit, it immediately names the new file EnergyPLANnew.txt.
Right. And that seemingly small detail is actually quite significant.
Why is that so important?
Well, by automatically naming it something different, EnergyPlanNew.txt,
Mm.
the software is basically using defensive design.
Mm.
It's stopping you from accidentally overwriting that original initialize.txt.
Ah, the template file.
Exactly, your default untouched template. It's a safety, really, making sure your original setup stays clean, which is pretty critical for having a reliable baseline for new projects.
That's a great insight. It's proactive, isn't it? Saves potential headaches down the line. Okay, still on Home. The Home button itself, it's not just a go back button.
No, it's more than that. It gives you a high-level overview.
Like what?
It shows you the components and synergies included in your current model setup, plus things like the latest software version and the last update date.
So it's like an instant status check.
Exactly, an information dashboard giving you immediate context right where you'd expect to find home.
Okay. Next up on Home, the Notes page. Seems simple, maybe easy to overlook.
It can seem that way, but it's incredibly useful.
Yeah.
It's just a dedicated space for adding comments, notes about the tool, the project.
You've got standard fields too, like model area. Yeah.
Plus just general note space. And honestly, in complex modeling, having a central place for documentation assumptions you made, iterations, key decisions is absolutely vital.
For reproducibility, yeah. Or if someone else picks it up.
Or even if you pick it up after a few weeks away.
Mm.
Good practice, really.
Okay, now for something that's often a real game changer for a lot of users, import from Excel.
Ah, yes, the data lifeline.
Pretty much. Its purpose is basically to let you pull multiple EnergyPLAN data files directly from an Excel spreadsheet.
And this is where you can gain some serious efficiency in data management. The process itself is quite streamlined.
How does it work?
You just need to tell it a few things. Where your Excel file is located, the specific file name you want to import from that sheet, where you want EnergyPLAN to save the resulting file.
And then just click the button.
Yeah, the Import, Save, and Load Data Set button. But, and this is the crucial part.
There's always a but with data import, isn't there?
Yeah, usually. EnergyPLAN is quite specific about how that Excel data needs to be structured. Think of it like a precise recipe.
Okay, what are the rules?
Right. First, your EnergyPLAN data needs to be in the very first sheet of the Excel file.
First sheet only. Got it.
Second, each distinct data file needs to be in its own single column.
One column per data set.
Okay. And third, this is key for recognition. The word name must appear at the top of that column, or at least somewhere within the first 20 rows of the column.
The word name in the first 20 rows.
Yep. If it doesn't see name there, it won't recognize it as a valid data set to import.
Wow, okay, that's specific. But knowing those rules is probably the key to making this work smoothly.
Absolutely. It highlights that common thing in data integration, right? Instructions need to be followed precisely. These tools are powerful, but they rely on these seemingly small formatting details. Mastering them is often the secret handshake to unlocking automation.
Good analogy. Okay, so data's in, now you need to run your analysis. And EnergyPLAN offers 3 different ways to get your results out.
3 distinct options depending on what you need.
First up is run Clipboard. What's that do?
Pretty much what it sounds like. The results get saved directly to your system clipboard.
Ah, so you can just paste them straight into Excel or another program for more analysis.
Exactly. Quick and direct transfer.
Okay, option 2.
Is run screen. With this one, the results just pop up immediately in a window on your screen.
Good for a quick look then. An immediate check without exporting anything.
Perfect for that.
And the third one is run print.
Right. This one gives you an overview of results formatted for A4 pages. But importantly, it's a different set of results compared to what you get from run screen or run clipboard.
Different how? More comprehensive.
Often, yes. More like a formatted report. The documentation notes it's often most convenient to send these outputs to a PDF or maybe an XPS printer for saving.
Okay, so 3 ways. Clipboard for pasting, screen for a quick look, print for a formatted report, potentially PDF.
Precisely. It's about choosing the right output format for whatever you need to do at that moment, tailoring the tool to your needs.
Makes sense. Okay, still on the home ribbon. Managing how you actually see the interface. View options.
Right. You've got 2 main ways to navigate the different input and output sections, the tab sheets. Treeview, which is that a hierarchical list usually on the left side, and tabs, which appear across the top like in a browser.
And you can turn those on or off.
Yep, toggle them based on your preference. But the really helpful thing here, especially for new users or even just as a reminder,
is the show hints checkbox.
Exactly. Show hints. When you check that box, you get extra descriptions or explanations popping up right inside the interface.
This sounds fantastic, like having a little guide built
It
in.
really is. For example, it mentions white boxes appear to explain group labels, like if you have multiple district heating groups, it helps clarify which is which.
Okay.
And also, wherever you see a little star, an asterisk, in the input labels, if you hover your mouse over that text, an explanation appears. Like, it gives the example, CHP back pressure mode operation. Hover over that, and it tells you what it means.
That transforms the interface, doesn't it? Makes it almost like an interactive manual.
It's a great example of embedded support. It really encourages you to explore without constantly having to flip open a separate manual.
Ah,
Lowers the barrier to understanding some of the more complex inputs.
yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, let's move off the home ribbon. Beyond the sort of standard toolkit to the add-on tools ribbon.
Right. This is where EnergyPLAN, especially from version 10 onwards, shows it's thinking ahead.
How so?
It's built to accommodate add-on tools. These are meant to help with things like data handling, managing distribution files, other kinds of assistance.
So extra functionalities beyond the core program.
Exactly. Now, the documentation notes that many specific tools are still in development by the team.
Ah, okay.
But, and this is the exciting part, there's a built-in function for including any tools on request of the individual user.
Any tools? Really?
Well, any executable tool, which
Wow.
raises a really interesting question for users, right? What custom analysis, what specific script or program could you integrate directly into your EnergyPLAN workflow?
That sounds powerful. How does it actually work? How do you add your own tool?
There are specific instructions. You need to create a directory, a folder, named EnergyPLAN Tools.
Okay, EnergyPLAN tools. Where does that go?
It needs to be located right next to the main EnergyPLAN.exe file and the EnergyPLAN data directory. So in the same main program folder.
Got it.
Then any executable file, like a .exe file that you place inside that EnergyPLAN Tools directory, will automatically appear with an icon on the Add-on Tools ribbon.
And you can just click it from there to run it.
Yep, activate it directly from the ribbon. So if you had, say, a Python script that does some specific data processing for you, and you compile it into an executable.
You could drop it in that folder and run it right from EnergyPLAN.
Exactly. It makes the platform much more extensible.
That's significant. It means EnergyPLAN isn't just static. It can be customized pretty deeply for very specific needs.
It's all about adaptability, really. Letting the software grow with your research or your project rather than you having to constantly work around its limitations.
Very cool. Okay, finally, let's look at the help ribbon, your knowledge hub.
Your support center, yeah.
Yeah.
It's packed with resources.
The first group seems to be links out to the website.
That's right. Links to the EnergyPLAN website itself, the user forum, which is great for community support, training resources, and just the main landing page.
Standard but useful links.
But then you have the manuals group, and this is basically your built-in self-help library.
What's in there?
Well, first, a direct link to the very documentation PDF that we've been using as our source for this deep dive.
Meta. Okay.
Also, the FID guide, FIDE, which is really important for getting started because it explains how to actually find and input the data you need for EnergyPLAN models.
Crucial starting point, then.
Definitely. Then there's documentation specifically on warnings. These explain the warnings the software might give you, highlighting potential issues before they become show-stopping errors. It's proactive troubleshooting.
Good to know about.
And alongside that, there's error messages documentation. This describes the common errors you might encounter, mostly related to, incorrect data input. That's more reactive troubleshooting.
So warnings for potential problems, errors for actual problems.
Exactly. What's valuable is just how comprehensive these resources are, all linked directly from the help ribbon. It shows a real commitment to empowering the user to solve problems themselves, minimizes downtime and frustration.
It certainly sounds like it. Okay, so let's recap. We've journeyed through EnergyPLAN's navigation, starting with that central main menu,
The command center?
then explored the essential home ribbon with its clever file handling, the useful notes page, that powerful Excel import.
Remembering those formatting rules.
Yes, and the different run options, plus the view options with those handy hints.
Then we looked at the potential of the add-on tools ribbon for customization.
And finally, highlighted the really valuable resources tucked away in the help ribbon.
I think the key takeaway here is that the navigation in EnergyPLAN isn't just about, finding buttons. There's a surprising depth.
How so?
It's about understanding the design choices behind it all. Choices made to simplify complex tasks like the Excel import. Choices to protect your work, like the new no-vol naming.
And providing instant insights like the home button overview or the show hints feature.
Exactly. It feels like the developers really thought about anticipating user needs and even giving you ways to extend the software's capabilities yourself with those add-ons.
It does show a lot of thought. And, thinking about features like show hints or that customizable add-on tools function, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
Well, what other software we use or even just everyday systems have these kinds of deeply embedded, maybe underutilized features? Things that could totally transform how efficient we are or how well we understand something. If only we knew where to look or maybe how to ask the right question.
That's a provocative thought. What hidden power might you, the listener, be overlooking in the tools you interact with every single day?
Something to think about.